Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Kamari. It is lovely to have you. You joined me on a day of change. Today's video is a bit different to the ones that I usually post, to all the self-tapes and the progression vlogs that I've been recently uploading. Today, as from what you can see on the title, this is a book recommendation video. Now, I have attempted this in the past. I did film one of these a couple of years ago and I watched it back prior to filming this, and I can see why not many people have viewed it. It's about half an hour long. There's about 100 books just thrown in your face, and I do feel like I gave a lot away in the synopsis, which I hate. I hate when people ruin stuff for me, so I have no idea why I did that. That won't be happening today. There also won't be like 10 to 20 books. It's literally just a few books that I want to recommend that I've been loving recently, that I think that you would like. And hopefully, if this goes well, then it will be a regular thing on the channel, because I absolutely love reading. I read continuously. I'm also one of those readers who read multiple books at the same time. So I have a book for like every occasion in my life. Like I have a book by my bedside, which is my bedside reading. I have a book in my work bag that I take to work with me. Whenever it's quiet, I pull out my book. I take my Kindle with me everywhere, and yeah, so I'm constantly reading. I also have a book in my car, in case I get stuck anywhere, then I can read. Obviously I park up, I'm not like in traffic like this. Anyway, so before we get started, I just once again want to say thank you so much to everybody that is taking their time out to watch these videos. It means so much to me. Like, it means a hell of a lot, and I just once again want to say thank you. And if you are watching, if you are a silent watcher and you don't really interact, that's absolutely fine. But if you do like the content, that's fine. But if you do like the content, and you do want to keep watching the videos, I would appreciate it if you do hit that like button and you subscribe to the channel and become a part of this journey that I'm on, because I'm really enjoying YouTube and it is slowly but surely growing, and I'm loving it. So thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book I want to recommend to you lot is The Talented Mr Ripley by Patricia Highsmith. This was a book that was on my list for a while. I had watched the film and I really enjoyed it. I really loved the storyline, and it was on my reading list for a while because I believe that it is a bit of a iconic book, especially in the States. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but I do think it is quite popular over there in terms of their literature. And when I was in Bath, when I was filming in Bath, the short film I filmed in April, I would walk past this amazing Waterstones every day, and I promised myself at the end of the shoot that I would treat myself and go into Waterstones and purchase a book, and I did exactly that. However, it wasn't me who purchased it. My mum, the wonderful woman that she is, she actually brought it for me as a bit of a well done gift. So thanks, Mum. So yeah, so this is The Talented Mr Ripley. I really did enjoy this book. This was kind of the first. I really wanted to get into the thriller genre. I absolutely love it. I'm also one of those people who, I love thrillers and I love true crime, like documentaries, and I can watch it constantly. But you put a horror film in front of me, I'm not sleeping for a month, okay? I remember the first time I watched Jeepers Creepers, my mum had to sleep next to me for about a week. I was about 7. but still, and it's scarred me ever since. And so I'm not good. I'm not good with scary stories. I don't mind like blood and gore, I can handle that. It's the supernatural stuff that gets me, because I can't run away from it, because it just stays with you. Anyway, sidetracked. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I even left a review of this on my Instagram, which again is something I want to do more of. So if you want to read what I put about this, then go check that out on my Instagram. It's at Kumari Singh, and just scroll down and it's somewhere on there. So I'll read you guys what it says on the blurb so I don't give too much away. Tom Ripley is struggling to stay one step ahead of his creditors and the law, when an unexpected acquaintance offers him a free trip to Europe and a chance to start over. Ripley wants money, success, and the good life, and he's willing to kill for it. When his newfound happiness is threatened, his response is as swift as it is shocking. And that pretty much sums this up. It is beautifully told, I think. In my review you will see me say that there are some chapters that did drag a bit for me, but that's just me. You might read it and think the complete opposite and absolutely love it and think that those chapters that dragged for me were so necessary and gripping for you, you know, so each to their own. But as a whole, you know, storyline, plot, characters, it's great. It's a great read. So the first book I want to recommend is The Talented Mr Ripley. So the second book I want to recommend to you guys is actually a book I picked up in the Notting Hill bookshop in London when I visited London last year. And I started reading this. Oh, sorry, my voice is already gone. That's a bit better. I started reading this book on the train journey back home and I could not put it down. I didn't know anything about this book. The only thing that drew me to the book was the author, and many people might not even know that this person is an author because they're so well known for being a comedian, a TV presenter, and probably the best talk show host known to man. Well, he is to me. Like, I never miss an episode every Friday night. It is the one and only Graham Norton, and the book I read is Homestretch. He's actually written a few novels. This is the first I've ever read, and it was beautifully told, amazingly written, the way it was written as well. So let me just quickly read the blurb for you guys to let you know what this one's about. It is 1987 and a small Irish community is shattered by a terrible accident. Young Connor is one of the survivors, but staying among the angry and the mourning is more than he can bear. He leaves the only place he knows, taking his secrets with him. But the unspoken longings and regrets that have come to haunt those left behind will not be silenced, and before long, Connor will have to confront his past. So basically what I've just said, it is set in 1987 in this small town in Ireland, which I believe all his stories are set so far. They're all set in Ireland so far, for obvious reasons. And it's about this young boy called Connor who gets caught up in this tragedy, and amongst this tragedy there are some that died, some that survived, and he is one that survived. But the events that took place are obviously too much to bear for him, so he leaves, and he ends up going to Liverpool at first, and then London, and then eventually it takes him out of the country into New York, so he gets to explore. And it's really an exploration of sexual identity. It's about acceptance, it's about love, it's about betrayal. And what's really great about this story is when we leave Ireland with Connor, we still get to see what's happening back in Ireland whilst Connor's living his life, because that part of the story is being told by his sister Erin. So there's kind of two two storylines going on, but they're connected, and it's really well told. And if you are looking for that kind of book, then Graham's got you sorted. Go and get this one, Homestretch. I was actually, once I'd finished this book, I was on a walk with my brother and we were walking our dog, and I was telling him about this book, and he doesn't read, so I told him the whole shebang. I told him detail by detail everything that happens in this book, and he thought it was a film I was talking about. He was like, where can I watch it? I was like, no, you can't watch it, it's a book. And he absolutely loved it. He thought it was a great story. So Graham has got the talent. Graham is the one. He's amazing. And I will sure to read, I'll be sure to read, God, I can't talk today. I'll be sure to read many more of Graham Norton's novels, because I love them now as much as I love him, which I didn't think was possible to do, but there we go. So that is the second book I want to recommend to you lot, Homestretch by Graham Norton. So the third book I want to recommend to you guys is actually one I downloaded on my Kindle. And this was actually a recommendation from TikTok. It's a TikTok book, and it's The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I actually watched this first, not knowing that it was a book. I watched it on Amazon Prime, and it's got Lucy Hale in it, and I absolutely love her from Pretty Little Liars. And I really loved it, and then I saw that it was a book, and I purchased it immediately, and I read it so fast. I read this book within days. And what I really love about Sally Thorne is that her books are so easy to read. They're so light and easy and fun, and just, you know, you don't have to think too much, you know? You don't have to put anything together. She does it for you, which is lovely. But The Hating Game, you probably have come across it. If you do go onto TikTok, or if you are a big reader fan. Reader fan? I need to sort my words out. If you are a bookworm, then you would have probably come across this already. The Hating Game is very much a enemies to lovers type of novel. It's about these two characters, Lucy and Josh, and they work together at a publishing firm. They were once two separate publishing firms, but they had to merge together to keep their firms afloat, basically. And as a result, these two characters have been put together to work, and they hate each other. But we know that's really code for actually they love each other, and they kind of go through these ups and downs. They go through this journey, and it's a lovely read, and I really enjoyed it, and it was really fast as well. It wasn't a very long book either, but because of that I decided to purchase another Sally Thorne book, and that's called 11% Mine, which is a bit different to The Hating Game. It's more of a friends to lovers type of vibe. So if you're into that, if you're into just really light romances, I would highly recommend that for you. And the last book I want to recommend, I know, we did it, we got there. It wasn't actually a book, it's not actually a book I'm going to recommend to you. It's a book that was recommended to me that I'm currently reading, and I haven't finished it yet, which is why I'm not going to recommend it to you. Sorry, I know I just said I was gonna. I'm not, but I'm just going to show you what I am currently reading, because I thought that would be nice to kind of put in to show you what I'm currently on. But this is a book that's constantly recommended to me. It's called The Chestnut Man by, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher his name, Soren Sveistrup. I'm so sorry if I've offended you there, but it's called The Chestnut Man, and like I said before, I'm really getting into thrillers, and I love things with like detectives and trying to solve cases, and this was recommended to me, so I brought it. I actually bought this one in the Trafford Centre in Manchester. I actually didn't buy it. Again, it was a gift for me by my cousin, so thank you for buying this one for me. But I'll read you the blurb of this one. So far, so good. It's actually very good. It's very interesting. How many pages am I in? I'm 79 pages in so far, and this is one of those reads I am putting in my work bag. So I literally take it to work with me and I read it whilst I'm at work, which I think is a very good idea because it is actually quite scary, so I do prefer to read it around people. This is what the blurb says. One October morning in a quiet suburb, the police make a terrible discovery. A young woman is found brutally murdered with one of her hands missing. Above her hangs a small doll made of chestnuts. Examining the doll, forensics are shocked to find a fingerprint belonging to a young girl kidnapped and murdered a year ago. A pair of detectives must put aside their differences to piece together the Chestnut Man's gruesome clues. This might be the thriller of the year by Jeffrey Deaver. So you heard it here first. I think this is the perfect novel to read during this time of year. We've just passed October. I actually started it in October. The irony. That's not irony, is it? The coincidence. Yes, I dabble in English. Yeah, I started this in October, and obviously we are now on to the 2nd of November, so you can tell I haven't been reading this very fast, but that doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying it, because I thoroughly am. I've also been telling everyone I know about it as well, and I can't wait to finish it and see how it ends. So that is the book I am currently reading. I think I will do that. I think I will recommend 3 and then show you a book that's been recommended to me, to let you guys know that I am open to recommendations. That's it. So I hope this went well. I hope this goes down well. But until then, I'm off. I'm gonna go and eat some lunch. But once again, thank you so much for watching. If you have got through to the whole video, if you've got through all the video, thank you. God bless you. And please stay tuned for the next video. I'm in the middle of learning lines for my next self-tape, so that will be uploaded shortly as well. And we are going to try and stay somewhat consistent. So please, again, don't forget to give the video a like and a subscribe if you do like the content, if you do like what you see. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you lot in the next video. Take care.